Hi, somebody wanted me to do, I can't remember who it was right now, but wanted me to do R1, the review problems. And I'm going to look at 10, 10, 12, R1a, 10, 12, and 14. Okay? So this is R1a. It's 10, 12, and 14. So we'll look at those problems right over here, and then we'll do A and B for number 14. Okay, so number 10, first of all, if you're looking at that one, RA10, it's going to be 4x plus y squared, and it looks like it says that it's equal to 36. Okay, now I'm looking at this and I'm just thinking to myself, probably it's a parabola. The reason why is because only the y is squared. The x is just a linear term, the y is a quadratic, and I don't have another x quadratic, so that's a parabola. Let's look at 12 here real quick. We have x squared plus y squared, and I'm already just all I got to do is look at the first two terms. I'm thinking circle right away. This has to be a circle because they're the same sign. I don't really care what's happening with the linear terms, the linear x and the linear y. It's fine. Plus 85 equals 0. So yeah, this is just probably this is a circle because the coefficients are the same and they're the same sign. Okay, so now let's do number 14. I'm going to go ahead and erase just because there's two parts to this number 14. Okay, so on 14, xiv right here. Let's see, it's going to be x minus y squared plus 6y minus 3 equals 0. All right, looking at this one, I'm seeing that this is a, I'm thinking it's a parabola. It could be a hyperbola. No, it can't. It's got to be a parabola because look, the x is linear. You see? It's not squared. The only square term I have here is the y squared. So I'm definitely dealing with a parabola. Is y squared. All right, and so if I just get it into the form that you're probably maybe a little more familiar with looking at, I'll solve for x. X equals y squared minus 6y plus 3. Just getting it in that form here. And now let's find the coordinates of the parabola, the x, the coordinates of the vertex. So the vertex is going to be the y coordinate of the vertex is going to equal the opposite of b over 2a. Once you get it in this standard form here, the opposite of b over 2a, so it's going to equal the opposite of b. And, looking over here, a is 1, okay, b is negative 6, and c is 3. A is the coefficient of the quadratic term, b is the coefficient of the linear term, and c is the constant. So the opposite of b, so it's going to be 6 over 2, which it looks like that's going to be 3, right? Opposite of b would be positive 6, because b is negative 6, over 2a. All right, I think I'm right there. All right, so the x coordinate of the vertex, I don't have to work it out again, is going to equal, we're going to let y be 3, right? Because we know the vertex right now. The vertex y is 3, and I don't know what x is. That's what I'm looking for, the x. See right there? So I have to find the x, I have to plug and chug, right? So the x coordinate of the vertex is going to equal 3 squared, because y is 3, so replace it with the y with the 3. 6 times 3 plus, oh, minus 3. Minus 3. Minus 3. 9 minus 18 minus 3, so it looks like it's going to be 9 minus 18 is going to be plus a negative 18. That's going to be a negative 9 minus 3, which is going to equal negative 12. So it looks like x is negative 12. For some reason I'm not remembering that. Negative 12, 3, is that right? 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 18 minus 3. I don't know. All right, well, we'll go with that and see what happens. Okay, so the vertex is going to be negative 12, 3. Now let's look at the it's going to be in the second quadrant, right? All right, now let's find the x-intercept. Looks like the x-intercept is going to be where y is 0, right? So if y equals 0, what's going to happen? We're going to get x is equal to, 0 squared minus 6 times 0 plus 3, so x is just going to be 3. So we can see that this is going to be the vertex. The x-intercept, where it crosses the x-axis, is going to be the point 3, 0 right here. Okay. And now let's find the y-intercepts. So now we'll let x be 0. So if x equals 0, that'll show me the y-intercepts. Okay. 0 is going to equal y squared minus 6y plus 3, and I'm just not thinking that's going to factor. I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula. Alright, so y is going to equal the opposite of b, which is going to be 6 plus or minus radical b squared, 36, minus 4 times 1 times 3, 4ac, right, over 2. And so I'm going to get here 6 plus or minus radical 36 plus 12. No, 36 minus 12, 24. Radical 24 over 2. And now we're going to get here 24. It's going to be 4 times 6. So if I keep working with this, it's going to be 6 plus or minus. If I factor a 4 out of the 24, I'll be left with radical 6. 2 radical 6. 2 radical 6 over 2. And so now I can divide everything in half. And so I can see here, I'm just kind of out of room here, but hopefully you can see this. It's going to be 3 plus or minus radical 6. All right, well, and let me just do that on the calculator then. 3 plus 6, radical 6, and that's going to be 5.4. All right, so let me put the y-intercept. Okay, so when x is 0, y is going to be about 5.4. That 5.4 is 3 plus radical 6, right? And when x is 0, it's going to be 3 minus radical 6. And so let's see, it's going to be 0.6. I'm getting about 0.6 here. And that I get that by doing 3 minus radical 6. Okay. Now I'm going to erase all this so I can plot it. All right, so we'll plot it on the coordinate plane here. And hopefully we'll get this correct. We've got all the intercepts, we've got the coordinates, we've got everything there. I like working on graph paper because, bam, there it is. All the points are already there, and I don't have to mark anything. Okay, so let's see. I hope I did my line so that I can go over to negative 12, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ha! 1, 2, 3, right there. I barely could get it. Oh, it's not letting me. It doesn't want to go on that edge very well. All right. That's negative 12, 3. All right. The x-intercept is going to be 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So there's one of the intercepts right there. The y-intercept is going to be 0, 5.4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.4. So it's just almost right in the middle there. Right there. And the other intercept is going to be right here at 0.6. About right there. All right, so it looks like it's going to be a parabola. It's a parabola opening to the left, and there it is. I knew it was a parabola opening to the left almost right away because when I get it in this form right here, I can see that the coefficient of the y squared is positive 1, so it had to be a parabola opening to the right. Did I say left? It's opening to the right. Right? I know it had to open to the right. If that had had a negative coefficient, that y squared term, it would have been opening to the left. All right, hopefully that makes sense.